Welcome to Florida International University PAD 6056 Module 7. My name is Edsel Abreu and today's topic is Women and Public Administration. The introduction of women to public administration has been difficult and has required a lot of effort for women to move up the ranks. Women access to public administration for the most part has been through lower ranks. Lately, women have been able to obtain executive positions but continue to trail in compensation and the scope of responsibility when compared to men. The problem with occupation segregation, agency segregation, glass ceiling, position segregation continue to negatively impact women in terms of pay and the scope of responsibility. Even if women are able to obtain executive positions, for the most part, these positions have less authority and less people to supervise, and in turn gets paid less. In addition, research has consistently indicated that women are systematically excluded from supervisory positions with high levels of responsibility. In fact, some of these new executive positions offered to women are nothing more than glorified secretaries. Today's story is about a co-worker of mine that was applying for an executive position within the governmental agency that we both worked in. Her name is Shelly Thompson, and although she already moved on to a different career path, I thought her experience would exemplify the challenge that women face to become an executive in public administration. Shelly was a married woman with 2 children, but extremely capable and well educated. She started working at the agency as a clerk 1, but consistently was able to obtain promotions within the supporting staff, and currently she was a supervisor for the clerical and secretarial staff. Her job was very satisfying and she was pleased with her responsibilities, but she felt that she could do so much more if allowed an opportunity to be part of the executive ranks. For 10 years that she worked as a supervisor, she waited for the opportunity to be promoted into the upper management, but she was never really considered to have the right material. The main reason why she was overlooked for executive position was primarily because the deputy director of the agency, an older man who was a Vietnam veteran with 35 years in government experience that believed women's place was at home taking care of the children, the deputy director had the personality of the typical drill sergeant and had the respect of internal as well as external key staff members that were essential to Shelly's possibilities of a promotion. Shelly was considered to be bright, dedicated, and a capable professional by most in the organization, and in more than one occasion, the deputy director was approached to offer an executive opportunity for Shelly, but every time he managed to steer the offer to someone else. The deputy's ideal of an executive was a middle-aged white man that had either an army career or was connected in some kind of way to sports. After several failed attempts to obtain a promotion into the executive ranks, Shelly was offered the position of executive assistant to the deputy director. This position was part of the executive designated titles and included executive benefits. However, the actual work that Shelly was doing was no different than the work that she was doing while supervising the clerical staff. Shelly accepted the position, but was disappointed that she was given an executive title but very little access to information or real decision-making authority. Ultimately, she was able to obtain an executive position outside the organization we both worked in, and currently is doing very well. She is the executive director and decision-maker for a non-profit organization. Shelly's story is not unique. Many women are being marginalized by preconceived ideas of what an executive should be. Issues with race, gender, age, collective bargaining, or the idea that women should be dedicated to raise children at home continues to be the reason why they are less likely to be promoted. Fortunately, as women continue to enter the workforce and executives with the old mentality retire, this trend is likely to be reversed. Thank you for listening. Until next time, this was Edsel Abreu.